Hello, yogis. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Great to see you. I have a great class today. Lots of familiar faces. And I hope you're doing well this Friday, this week. I've heard from the people I've checked in with, we're starting to find maybe a routine. We're finding a new routine, the new normal, whatever that is sort of settling in. So if that's happening for you, good. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry, last little setup details, and I think we're all good to go. Honor where you are today. As I've checked in with some of my classes, everyone comes in at a different place. Maybe energetically ready to move or feeling really lethargic. The weather hasn't been helping any of that. So I strongly encourage you to honor where you are today, whatever that means. Maybe it's pushing through some lethargy into a little bit of movement, and maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's honoring that tiredness or maybe that frenetic energy you have and having a really restorative practice. So allow yourself to have whatever practice you need to have today. We'll begin seated. Find a comfortable seat. Could have legs crossed in front, folded underneath. But lengthen your spine, and let's do 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with a big sigh. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. Your third inhale, fill up completely. And when you feel full, get extra full. Take another little sip. And then exhale, blow all the air out, every last bit of air from the lungs. Ujjayi breath. In and out through the lung, in and out through the nose with a long breath rhythm. Exhale, matching the length of your inhale. As we settle into our rhythmic breathing, you might notice how active your mind is. Try to set aside all of the activity to just focus on the breath. That's a tall order. There's a lot going on in your headspace, and thoughts want to come and go. So acknowledge when they come in, and then use your exhale to clear the head again. We'll take about 5 to 7 more rounds of breath, using the breath to clear your mind. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest. Rub your hands vigorously, creating some heat in the palms of your hands. Then place your warm palms over your closed eyes if you've washed your hands. And then blink your eyes open. Let's transition to tabletop. Equal weight on 4 limbs. We'll move right away into cat and cow. Inhale, extend your spine, tail and crown lifting toward the sky. Exhale, reverse, tail and crown toward earth, the mid-back domes towards the sky. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Continue at the rhythm of your breath. one more full cycle. Return to neutral. Let's do a few spinal twists. Right hand to the temple. Left hand remains strong. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last time opening, you can extend your arm. Thread the needle. Ear and shoulder come to the floor. Options, yogis. Extend left arm forward or wrap behind the back. Breathe. Use the breath to clear your mind. One more long breath cycle. A full inhale and an exhale completes the cycle. After your exhale, return to tabletop with an inhale. And pause with equal weight on 4 limbs. Let's do that twist on the second side. Left hand to temple, strong right arm. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last time opening, extend the arm. Thread the needle. Choose a variation for your right arm, either extended forward or wrapped behind your back. Bring your mind to your breath. Keep your mind there for one more inhale and exhale. On your next in-breath, return to tabletop. Sweep your right arm forward. And as it moves back, your hips come back and your forehead bows down. Inhale, sweep forward. The left hand remains strong. Exhale, hips back as the arm sweeps back. You can make a fist if you like. And then open the hand with the palm, thumb facing down toward the back. One more time. Other side. Left arm sweeps forward. The arm rotates as the hips slide back. If you're using the fist, the thumb is up, and then as the arm rotates, the thumb is down. One more. Your standing arm is strong. And widen your knees for child's pose. Hips towards the heels, forehead toward the floor. Visualize your breath on the back body. Try to become aware of your back space by feeling the breath move the muscles of your back. Walk your hands over to the right. Feel a little more intense sensation on the left side of the body from hip to rib cage. Mind is still focused, steadfast on the breath. Gently return through center and move to your second side. Breathing into the right side of the body from hip to shoulder. Move back through center and come up to tabletop. Downward dog, yogis. Tuck your toes and lift hips up and back. Pedal through your feet, waking up the toes, stretching the soles of your feet and shifting hips, or shifting weight from hip to hip. Breathing long, slow breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Look forward. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Standing in a forward fold. Breathe in. And breathe out. Your knees are bent here. Allow the spine to drape over the legs. You're welcome to experiment with your weight distribution, shifting the weight forward to the balls of the feet or back to the heels, or moving the torso side to side and letting the weight shift from one foot to the other, or from the inside to the outside of the foot. And while the weight shifts on your feet, you notice the change in sensation through the body as the muscles adjust to support you, keeping you vertical. One more inhale. Exhale, release your arms if you're holding them. Bend your knees to engage your glutes, hands to thighs as you come up to standing slowly. Take 2 or 3 breaths. All right, yogis. Let's do our first sun salutation today. Sun salutation A. Build your foundation. Big toes hugging together, inner thighs hugging together, shoulders widening, and spine lengthening. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, inhale. Plant your hands and step to high plank. First time through, this can be table. Pause for an extra breath in. Exhale, lower your chest to the floor. Mini cobra. Just a half lift the first time through. Exhale, release. Press back up to table. And downward dog. 3 breaths. The muscles of your arms are spiraling around the bones, triceps wrapping towards your ears. Another breath in. And a breath out. Walk your feet to your hands. At the top of the mat, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, lower. Drop your tail. Sweep the arms up to standing. Hands return to the heart. Take a breath in to reorganize the energy of the body. Legs hugging in, shoulders widening, spine lengthening. Round 2. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, dive forward, hinging from the hips. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step your feet back to plank. We'll still take an extra breath here. You can adjust your knees to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, low plank. Cobra, maybe 3/4 cobra this time. Downward dog. You can release or go directly from cobra to downward dog, yogi's choice. 3 breaths when you arrive to downward dog. Mind still focused on the breath.
body is slowly improving its alignment, improving its energy flow. For the last inhale and exhale, step your feet, or if you're wanting to jump, you can jump your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, lower. Bend your knees a little, sweeping up to stand. Hands to heart. One more round, a breath before we begin. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, high to low plank, all on the same exhale. Cobra on your inhale. Downward dog as you exhale. Enjoy your 3 breaths. Long, slow breath rhythms allow you to stay in downward dog, enjoying it for even longer. Next exhale, prepare to travel your feet to your hands. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Stand all the way up. Hands return to the heart. Recover the breath. Chair pose. Press your hands together isometrically, or not isometrically. You're pressing against one another so you can feel that engagement of the muscles around the rib cage. Keep that as you sit your hips low, creasing in your hip joint so the pelvis, the tailbone specifically, goes back in space towards the back of your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Look to your right. Hook your left elbow over the right knee. Careful the knees don't shear. They keep square. Squeeze them together for squareness. Even look down to make sure they're perpendicular or parallel to the front of your mat. Then inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, rotate the ribs open toward the right. If you want, you can extend the arms. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, close. Bring your torso back up, back to your chair pose. You might come out and return. Breathe in, press hands together. Breathe out, rotate left. As you go, you want to double check that those knees stay exactly where they are in space. They are a point of stability so you can find mobility through the rib cage and through your spine. Continue to breathe. You're welcome to open arms if you did so on first side. One more inhale. And exhale, close. Sweep your arms above head, extending the spine for an inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Flexing the spine over the legs. Bend your knees a little bit. You're welcome to separate your feet hips width apart or keep them together. Inhale, lift halfway. Take a grip of choice, either on toes or ankles. Exhale, drape. Uttanasana. Breathe in and out. Shoulders naturally slide toward the floor due to gravity. Slide your shoulders up the back so they are engaged, and then widen your back by pulling the elbows to the side. Breathe in and breathe out. Release your grip. Plant your hands, yogis, and prepare your transition to downward dog. You can go through high plank, low plank, or you can skip that and just go plank to dog. Whichever transition you choose, move with your breath. And if you arrive to downward dog, enjoy a few breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Big toes come together. Right leg lifts. Your hips stay square to the floor. Left heel is still strong. Breathe in. Breathe out, knee to nose. Dome your spine. Contract your low abs. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time extending. Step your right foot through. Pause. Bring your body up, and you can do so with the hands on the knees, or you can just sweep the torso above head. And your arms can come above head right away, or you can take this in pieces. First the hips, then as you're ready, the arms can rise. Consider the energy of your feet and how firmly it's pressing down into the floor. Big toe, pinky toe, and heel. Big toe and pinky toe of the back foot. Next breath in, you're welcome to look skyward. Exhale, reach forward, your hands come to the earth. Left hand finds the floor or a block. Twist to the right. Again, your hips are staying square. That left hip wants to dip down. You're keeping your left hip moving up toward your right shoulder. Think about the hip coming toward your shoulder. Gently release, warrior two. Spin the back heel down and windmill your arms up. Rotate the hips in the same direction. They're both rotating clockwise in the socket. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach your right hand up to sky. Pause for a moment. Left hip is still low to the floor. Spine is bending toward the left. Another breath in. Exhale, side angle. Hips are still rotating deeply within the hip socket. Breath is still consistent. Look down. Follow your right hand up to the sky. And cartwheel to the floor. High plank, low plank. You have an optional vinyasa. Or you can just go plank dog, yogi's choice. When you arrive to downward dog, enjoy a big breath in and a big breath out. Big toes come together. Left side, lift the left leg. Right heel stays strong. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time extending. And step your foot through to a lunge. Ground your feet, and you can come up first to the hands, or you can bring your torso up. Your hands can come up immediately or follow along. The first time through, you have choices, and you can replicate those choices when we repeat, or take a different variation. The breath is with you. Option to extend your spine on the next inhale. Then extend forward and place your hands on the floor. Right hand stays, left hand rotates the spine to the left. Now the right hip wants to dip down. Keep it lifting up toward the shoulder. Imagine that the left shoulder and the right hip could move toward one another in space. Another breath in. Left hand down, right heel down. Windmill your arms up. Exhale when you arrive. Find more energetic engagement through the pelvis by rotating in the hip socket counterclockwise. Flip your front palm, reach to the sky, keeping that front hip low. Spine is bending to the right. Another inhale. Back through warrior two, left arm to ankle. Breathe. Look down for stability. Follow your left hand up to the sky. And cartwheel to the floor. Left hand, right hand, high plank, low plank, or just plank dog, yogi's choice. Cobra or up dog with the thighs lifted, and downward dog. Breath in and breath out. Look forward, step or hop your feet to your hands, landing lightly. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, lower. Sweep your body back up to chair. And stand up for a moment in Tadasana. We'll put that together. You can take the same variation, or you'll notice I'll offer an advanced variation. Breathe in and breathe out, chair. Pressing your hands together isometrically. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. You're welcome to take a vinyasa and meet me in a right leg lunge. Or stay here in your revolved chair. Look down to your right foot. Shift your weight to the right foot. Then extend the left knee back to your lunge. And here's where we'll all meet in the right leg lunge. If you did the vinyasa, you lift your right leg and step it through to the lunge, and then come into a twist. Breathe in and breathe out. Option to open your arms. Exhale, lower your hands down. Inhale, bring your body up into your lunge. Slightly different order this time. And then open up to warrior two. Breathe in and breathe out. Right hand to sky. Right hand to earth. Breathe into this shape. Exhale, change. One more time up to the sky. Cartwheel to the floor and pause. Left side plank. On your left hand, you can keep that right foot forward, walking it back as is available, or stepping it back to stack your feet. Then lift your hips up so your pubic bone is in line with your nose, creating a line that's parallel to the floor. Breathe. Breathe out. That means your underside obliques are very much engaged, both on the front and back side of the body. Another inhale. And vinyasa, high to low plank, or just plank dog. Breathe in and breathe out left side. No, it's not left side. We have to come to standing first. Breathe in and breathe out. Look forward, hop your feet to hands. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Drop your tail, sweep up to standing, or to chair, and then to standing. I'm very much ahead of myself. Now our left side. Inhale. Exhale, chair. Press your hands together. Rotate left. Hook the elbow. Now you can sustain this position, or if you chose to do vinyasa, you're welcome to do vinyasa. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look down to the left foot. That's your point of stability. Shift your weight to the left. Right leg lifts and gently floats back to your revolved lunge. Once you find it, you can extend the arms. Breathe in and breathe out. Hands toward the floor. Sweep your body up. Square to the front of your mat. And then open. Warrior two, square to the edge of your mat. Left arm to sky. Left arm to earth. Right hand to sky. Breathe into the shape. Exhale, change. One more time, reaching skyward. Cartwheel to the floor. Right hand side plank. First, take plank, or the variation of side plank with the foot forward, or stack your feet. Then lift the bottom hip up so your obliques are engaged. Backside obliques also engaged from the Shoulder to your hip. Breathe. Last inhale, high to low plank or plank dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Lower down onto your knees for a moment. We'll take seal pose on the forearms, pressing down into your forearms, lift your hips, and walk your hips over the shoulders. Your knees can stay bent here. Your priority is to get the hips over the shoulders so you feel the sensation of inverting the body. Imagine your back ribs could touch the space behind you. Keep pressing down through both elbows equally. That downward push gives you more upward lift through the ribs. One more inhale. And exhale. Gently release. Come on to hands and knees. We're going to do just a little more abdominal engagement before we have a little playtime today. Here in hands and knees, contract your low abs so you concave your low back just a little bit, and then hover your feet off the floor. Lift the right and down. Lift the left and down. Lift the right and down. Lift the left. Out to the side and down. Left and down. Right and down. Left. Straight back we go. Back, back, and in. In. Left leading. Back and in. In. Right leading. Back, back, and in. Left leading. Back, back, and in. In. Rock your feet, or rock your weight to your feet. And let your spine round. You're welcome to put your hands on the back of the neck, but let the whole spine flex deeply. So for a little Friday fun, we're going to play with a revolved crow. And so that just may mean staying here on the toes, rotating your torso toward the front, for me it's the front of my room, but toward the side of your mat, so the shoulders are becoming perpendicular to the legs. And then here, you can have your hands away from the feet. You shift weight with the bone, the leg bone balanced on the arm bone. Ideally, you have both the leg bone balanced on both arm bones, but for right now, at least get one, and just play with that weight shift, feet to hands. If it's available to you, especially if you have both the femur balanced on both elbows, you can shift your weight forward to the hands and float the feet off. It's just like revolved twist, but gravity is working against you. Take another breath in and gently release. If you need a moment of reprieve, you can drop the heels around the spine. Second side. Rotate your body the other direction. I turned my knees, so I'm still facing you. And then ideally you're stacking above the elbows, the hip and the knee. The inner thighs still squeeze as you play with the weight distribution, taking it forward, look where you're going. Sometimes we look between our hands, look a little more forward and see if that helps you trust that you can distribute your weight maybe all the way onto your arms. One more breath. Gently release. Return to center and drop your heels into a forward fold. Half lift. And let's take Vinyasa, high to low plank. We'll meet in downward dog. Breath in. And breath out. Lift your right leg up. Bend your knee and stack the pelvis. Standing leg stays strong. Shoulders stay square to floor. Another breath in. Exhale, sweep your right foot through. Spin your back heel down and windmill up. If you ended up in a super wide Warrior 2 stance, narrow your stance just a little bit for Trikonasana stance. It's a similar setup, so the back foot turns in, right toes are turned out, aerial view of the feet. Then bend the front knee a little bit, shift the front hip back in space as you move that line, nose to pubic bone, parallel, I know geometry, parallel to the floor. Hand to the floor, and then from there press into the big toe and move your pubic bone or this hip back in space, then rotate the body open. Legs are very active and strong. That line from big toe to pubis is strong, and that's what starts to extend that front knee. Another breath in, and a breath out. Hand to hip, bend your knee. Inhale, bring your body all the way up. Shorten your stance and square your hips to the front of your mat. Aerial view of feet, so your feet are almost facing the same direction with your left toes turned out a little bit. Breathe in, bend the front knee. Breathe out, hinge over your front leg. Slide your right hip back in space. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. You're still pressing into your right big toe firmly as you're pulling that right hip back in space. Another inhale. And an exhale. Rebend the front knee. Hands to hips. Squeeze your back muscles. The back muscles engaged. Bring the spine up. Turn your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Adjust the stance as you need. Breathe in and breathe out. Fold over your legs. Hands can come to the floor or grip of choice. Breathe in, lengthen. And breathe out, fold. Notice if you're harboring any tension in your neck. Enjoy one more breath. Mindful breath rhythm, using the breath to keep your mind clear. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, and inhale as you bring your body up. Pivot back to the front of your mat. Optional vinyasa, high plank, low plank. You can do a three-legged plank here. Cobra or up dog into your downward dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's do our left side. I'm going to turn around for demonstration. Lift the left leg. Bend the knee and stack the pelvis, keeping your standing hip strong and square. You're just rotating the left hip and the low spine. Another breath in. And sweep that foot through. Windmill your body up. Exhale when you arrive, and you may need to narrow your stance. Trikonasana for me is a little narrower than Warrior 2. Bend the front knee. Move your pubic bone toward the opposite inner thigh as the crown of your head reaches toward the side wall. Hand to floor, opposite hand up towards sky, and now you hear this line of energy. You reinforce it by pressing into big toe and pulling the hip back. You're never pressing downward from the knee, you're pulling the 2 points away to extend the knee. Body rotating for another breath. Hand to hip, knee bends. Inhale, the body comes up. Bring the back foot forward, about a footprint or so. Then adjust your hips so both hip bones face forward. Again, bend the knee. Breathe in, breathe out, hinge forward. Once the hands touch the floor, you can extend the spine and start to straighten the leg. You move the left hip back in space and press into your left big toe. Breathe. Bend the knee again. Hands to hips. Use your strong back to bring the spine up. Then pivot your feet to face the long edge of your mat. Interlace your hands behind. Draw the shoulders down and the chest up. Then hinge forward at your hips. Shoulders can squeeze above head, or you can keep them down near to your hips. Thumbs back down to sacrum. Unclasp your hands, maybe bring them to the thighs. Inhale, bring your body back up. Pivot to face the front of your mat toward your left foot. High plank, low plank. Meet me in downward dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Look forward, step or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Bend your knees as you sweep all the way up to standing. And hands come to the heart. Let's finish with one balance. Eagle. If you prefer a different balance, tree, or standing forehead to knee, or a twist, you're welcome to take that. Eagle, sweep your arms out. Exhale, right arm under left. Either hug shoulders or bind the arms together. Breathe in and breathe out, sit low. Shift your weight to the left foot, similar to what we did before, and cross high in the thigh. Then press your top knee down and your bottom knee up, so it actually sits you lower by engaging your legs in that way. Breathe in and breathe out. Squeeze the limbs towards the axis, towards your spine. One more breath in and a full breath out. Unlock, sweeping your arms up. Hands come through the center. Second side. Left arm under right, binding the arms together or hugging shoulders. Sit low, chair. Shift your weight to the right foot, lift the left. Cross high in the thigh. And then engage your bottom leg, pull it up to meet the top leg. I'm falling over, but you're not, you're stable as a table. Breathe. The breath creates stability. Another inhale, and exhale, unlock, sweep your arms up, and hands to the heart. Vinyasa will take us down to the floor, yogis. Inhale, sweep above head. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. High to low plank, meet me in down dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a moment in child's pose. You can do wide knee variation or classic variation with the knees together. If the knees are together, you may prefer to have the hands by the feet. Inhale your body up. Sweep your legs in front of you. A few seated variations here. First, Janu Shirshasana. Sitting up tall, you might use a block for the knee. Breathe in and breathe out, fold over the extended leg. Both hips are anchored to the floor. Spine is lengthening over the extended leg. Breath.
is full and meaningful in the way it helps quiet the mind. One more inhale. And an exhale. Bring your body up. Fold that right knee in. Matsyendrasana. And for Matsyendrasana, you're balanced on one hip. So the right hip is lifted. I don't know if you can see that really well, but I'm only on my left hip, which gives me space to reach forward for my left leg. Your right leg can be out to the side. It can be close. The focus is folding over the leg with this knee up. Another variation, rather than reaching for the front foot, is to wrap around the right leg, binding the hands together and folding over the leg. A reminder, you're on the left hip, the right hip is elevated off the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale your body up. Take that standing leg and step it over the extended leg. Sit up tall. Inhale and exhale, rotate to the right. Minimizing the pulling of the arms, my constant reminder, but maximizing the strength of your abs, the back, these muscles of the core that help to rotate the spine. Those are what really make this rotation happen. Unwind, uncross the leg, legs are straight. Legs are bent. We start with reverse table first. Slide your hips forward, drop your head back. So the hips, the pubic bone is reaching up as the head is reaching back. Breathe in and breathe out. Slide the hips through your hands. You can hover and float the feet off or not. Then inhale, sit up tall, option to extend the arms. Exhale, fold over the legs. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath. Same sequence, second side. Inhale the body up and bring your left foot in, your opposite foot for Janu Shirshasana. So move to the side to show the other side. Sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, hinge over the leg. A breath can help you lengthen your spine and exhale, fold a little deeper. A flexed foot intensifies the experience up the back of the leg. Inhale your body up, and I'll turn to the front for demonstration. Bring that standing knee up, or the bent knee up so it's standing, and then shift your weight to the right foot. You can adjust the left foot to any degree as you reach forward. There can be a lot of space there for that foot. That's absolutely fine. You're looking for an experience in the flank of the body. Not the side, not the back, but that sort of side-back space. You can choose to wrap the arm, bind the hands behind. Breathe in and breathe out, fold. And that reminder, you're on your right hip, the left hip is elevated. One more breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, your body comes up. Take the left foot, step it over your right. Sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, rotate. Breathe in. And breathe out. I don't know if you can tell, the sun just started pouring in the window. Gently unwind. Reverse table into Paschimottanasana, forward fold. So you can do reverse table again, that's with the knees bent, or you can do reverse plank with the legs straight.
Breathe in and breathe out. Go. Hips are lifting up as the head drops back. One more inhale. Exhale, slide your hips through your hands, which is harder to do when you're coming from plank. And then lower the hips down. Breathe in and breathe out, fold. The breath can lengthen the spine. Exhale can fold you once again. Inhale, bring your torso up. Navasana to the floor. Adjust your pelvis as you need on the mat. Find a balance on your coccyx. Shins at 90. Chest lifting. What happens is this part of the back rounds. Try to extend. Bring your belly button up and forward and widening the collarbones. Breathe. Can you squeeze your inner thighs? Option to lengthen the legs. Option to extend the arms. One more breath in. And exhale, slowly lay it down onto your back, extending arms overhead. Feet to the floor, hands beside your hips. Pause for a moment there, letting your hips be heavy on the floor, ribs heavy, head heavy. Shoulder bridge. Press down into your feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Sustain. Pulling the heels back towards your glutes, reaching your knees forward, pressing your arms down, whether they're interlaced or not. The upper arm bones are pressing down toward earth. Another inhale. Unclasp hands, exhale, hips back to earth. Hug your knees. Keep your right knee, extend the left, heel resting on the floor. Let the mind return to the breath, or let the breath clear the mind if your mind is clouded with thought. Change legs on your exhale. Place your left foot on the floor. Cross your right ankle over the thigh. Right knee out to the side as you draw left knee in toward your chest. As you exhale, replace your left foot, exchange legs, left ankle crossing over the right thigh. Right knee draws in, breathe. Release your foot to the floor. An inversion of choice yogis, and this can just be taking your legs up toward the sky and pointing and flexing your feet. You could turn around and put your legs against the wall if that wall happened to be right behind you to your left, as mine is. If you know another inversion, shoulder stand, headstand, or even handstand against the wall, feel free to do that, but only if it's in your practice. If you've done it guided by someone and have the experience to do it, then go for the variation. Please don't try something that's not familiar until I get to see you again. I can coach you through it, which I would love to do. I can't wait. If you're taking shoulder stand, we've set up for it by practicing getting the hips over the shoulders. Same thing with headstand. We've done a preparation for that. Whatever inversion you're in, you're allowing the blood that tends to pool in the feet
to rush toward the center of the body where it's cleansed, toxins eliminated. Enjoy another 3 to 5 breaths in your chosen inversion. After a breath or two, prepare your exit. And if you're in legs up the wall and you want to do Shavasana with legs against the wall, you're welcome to do that. If you're in a shoulder stand or even a headstand you might like child's pose. Shoulder stand, you might like Marichiyasana, fish pose, pressing elbows into mat, gently arch your back. And I think I accidentally said it correctly. That is Matsyendrasana, fish pose. Earlier when I said it was Matsyendrasana, that was Marichiyasana. Sanskrit fumble, my mistake. Wherever you are, enjoy another breath. And gently release. Prepare for Shavasana. Extending the legs on the floor, continuing legs up the wall, taking another variation. Maybe it's a seated meditative pose. Return your attention to the breath. Notice the quality of your inhale and exhale. Do a scan of your headspace. Notice what thoughts are lingering or what thoughts have popped back up. Absolutely fine if that happens. Just notice. Do a scan of your spiritual layer. For me, it's the harder to access or harder to observe part of myself. Sometimes it's an unresolved emotion, which are coming and going constantly in this state of affairs. Or maybe it's something positive in the spiritual layer. You might feel a sense of communion towards other people. You've connected with people in your social sphere in different ways. Maybe distance. Old friends are coming back into your circle. Family. Maybe there's something else. Maybe it's the practice of yoga itself or connecting to your body that gives you some sense of being connected to something other than the self. That cosmic connection that can revitalize the spirit. Notice your spirit. Notice your headspace. Notice the physical body. Let them be quiet and connected for a few more moments. Stay in Shavasana as long as you like. I'll end with a mantra. You're invited to join me for an Om afterward. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nayena marge namahi mahisha go brahmanibhya shubhamasta nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. One Om. Gently bow your head to meet your heart. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. I hope you have an excellent end to your week and an excellent start to your weekend. Feel free to send a message in the chat or send me a message privately, either through Instagram, Facebook, and other means. If you have any questions or just want to say hi. All the folks who are familiar, great to see you again. Any new folks, welcome in. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.